Welcome back, and of course instantly, as I showed now the Tatar from AF Archery, the question was how does it compare to the Sahin? And then now there are of course a lot of opinions out. I only share what I can see and what I personally can feel. Your mileage always will vary. So first off, if you think of the price, Sahin $200 compared to I think 240, normally 260, wins anytime soon. For 280 you get the takedown version. I don't know how much the takedown version of the Tatar is from AF Archery, and I think it's again shorter, but I still did not get completely there. But you know, so price-wise, Sahin. Now let's compare the shape of these bows, and you see that they are really quite different. You see that the Tatar from AF has a big flex in the handle, whereas the Sahin goes quite straight. Then at the end, sear angles are similar. I would say that the Sahin might be a tad longer, but not by much. Then we have both nice string pads. And when you see then the sear length, let's see, the Sahin ends here and this one. So the length of the Sahin sear ends here, and the fade out of the AF ends here. So we have a shorter sear. And when you check in the middle section, when I put two handles on top of each other, then you see the fade out of the AF is here, and the fade out of the Sahin is here. Fade out of AF is here, and Sahin is here. So we have a way more gradual fade out on the Sahin, which I personally always like a bit more, and the relatively short fade out, you can see it yourself, for the AF. Next is the grip. The grip of the AF is nice, a little edgy, but relatively normal. When you compare this to the grip, the new grip of the Sahin, this is just, for me and even for my hands, a perfect grip. You have way more control over everything you do, hatra and so on, and you see already how much more beefy the handle is. You see that? And then width-wise, they are kind of similar. There I like the AF a little bit more. It's a little more bulgy, but in general, the Alibow just is nicer. And what I like then, because we have here a thicker handle, when you see the insert here is just inside the dark wood, and the insert here is cornering the layers of the wood and both sides. And this is just some, I don't know, white material, whereas here that looks like this shiny, like you know, like, how do you call the pearl inside of a muscle? You know what I mean. Looks a bit more elegant. For the rest, the fade out, all these transitions here, AF still decides to send them a little more rough. Here with Alibow they're a bit more straight, but this is just minor, nothing complicated. Now let's check the width of the limbs, and then you see quite a big difference. I see the limb width, it's way wide. I can even measure it for you. Wait a second. I have my measuring tools here. So the width of the is 1 1/4, and the other one is 1.5 inches. So you have 1/4 of an inch more width, which might give you more stability. Both have a nice logo there. So this is the optical differences I can see. Now let's check what we have here. It's not wobbly, totally not wobbly. This is 32 pounds, this is 33 pounds, but we measured it, I end up at 31 pounds with this one. But let's see, now because of the thin limbs, here it's relatively prone to twist. Way stiffer. So this one is way stiffer, and I guess in the long run, more durable. Color-wise, you need to like that. I'm more a fan of natural colors. I like this more. But let's see now how long they are, because this one is supposed to have a max draw of 32 inches. I measured them knock to knock, but I forgot now. And I don't want to watch my own videos. So, this one is supposed to do 32, and I had a hard time getting it to 31, as you remember on the last video. So it might do 32. It's 53 and a little bit, and a quarter. And the Sahin is, should have checked my notes, then I would know. Oui, no? It's 55, so 1.5, almost 2 inches longer than the AF, but we have here a 33-inch draw, and here a 32-inch. I would give this 31. This one I will see now when I shoot it. So I string them now. I see which one is easier to string or harder to string, and then we go from there. I forgot the arrow pass. Of course, you want to know. How could I even, huh? So this one has, Alibow has 21.4, and this one has 19 point something. So the arrow pass of the AF is more narrow. It's 19, yeah. So we have 2 millimeters more on the Alibow. So now we string them. Let's start with AF. So, boop. Yeah. 33 pounds, which are 31. Easy to string. You just make sure string pad, and you let go. Nice. Alibow. Shorter one and the longer one, I guess. The limbs just feel nicer for me on Alibow, but that's me. So, so. Stringing. So stringing, there is no difference, in my opinion. They are both the same, both easy to string. But what I like is, Alibow writes you the poundage at 28 and at 33 inches. So you know the bow has 45 at 33. Then I know which arrows I need. Here is just written somewhere 33 pounds, and that's all. Let's see, this is the strong AF Tatar, and this is the strong Sahin. In front is the Sahin, in back is the AF. So if I put the limbs now here and here on the same, then you see that the handle goes way deeper for the AF because of the flex in the handle. But then you have here already a little sharper curve on the AF and a more smooth fade out, I guess. So they're quite different designed Tatar shape bows. Which one you like, a matter of preference. Brace height seems fine, same on both. But of course, when you put them now together, you see that how much shorter the AF is. String pads are 2 inches in, here 2 inches in, so it's quite a little bit shorter bow. That's why a shorter draw. What do we have? A low pitch and a little vibration in the hand. A bit higher and a bit longer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Shorter, a bit longer vibration. Sear angle slightly different. Here we have more material on the outside. Here we have less, which I always like, because beyond this point you don't need anything unless you wanna string your bow inside your boots. You know that. Nice bows, both nice bows. Let's see what the draw will do. AF. So now the handle feels really small when you have the other one in your hand. So here like, and then builds up nicely, nicely, nicely. 28, 29, 30, 31. Force it to 32. Alibow. A little less leg, and you feel directly a bit more tension. Nice. 28, 29, 30, 31. 30. Yeah, a little later, so you feel that there is a way nicer drawback there. Here it's, yeah, it's okay too. But then you feel the handle bending. And here we have a bit more beefy handle. You don't feel anything in the handle, which I always like. Both nice. Speed tests I did, I think, with both, so you just check the individual videos. The AF Tatar. Draws nice until here, and here it gets stiff. So you saw the last 2 inches get stiff. Alibow. Nice and nice, and here gets stiff. So here you feel the same stiffness as I had before with the Alibow, but good an inch later. So if you look for a little longer draw or a nicer 32-inch draw, Alibow. We have a little vibration with these arrows. A quick, completely unscientific accuracy test. I shoot in the top thingy, in the center on this yellow dot on top. A bit higher. So you need to do katra. Not too bad. Let's see how the Alibow holds up. Stand in the same position, I hope. So again, same target. So the draw, nicer. Definitely, especially back there at 32. Oops, talking and shooting. Yeah. So I would give them the same. You need to control this bow a little differently than you control the AF. And if I do katra and everything properly and stop talking, both will be good. So here, no wobble. Here stiff, medium, still relatively stiff, but you feel directly here, not torque resistant. No wobble, good stiff, more flexible, and here you have a hard time twisting it. So here I really need to force it, that it moves a little. If I apply the same force here, I unstring the bow. So this one is way more weak in this direction. So if stability is a concern, because you shoot horseback or something, I still would go with the Sahin. For the rest, for accuracy, for how I shoot, doesn't make a difference. Both fine. With the Sahin, I try to do now katra and everything I teach in my courses, if I remember. Nice. And where I wanted the arrow to go, the arrow went. Yeah, this is... So with this one, interesting. When I push with this one forward, you cant the bow a little bit more because of the grip depth. With this one is more a forward motion. So it depends how you make katra. You might like this one more or this one, but best is you try them for yourself. Let's see, furthest distance I have on my place here. Then I have my shed. First, AF. Top, this yellow top thingy. A bit to the left. But there's nothing you can't get used to it. Exactly. It's just because I like this handle more. I feel more confident with this one than with this one. But just me. How about you are one of the archers who have the arrows here. With this bow, it's just nice. You can feel through, nock and shoot. So this works nicely. And then you have them separated anyway somewhere on other fingers and what have you. So this one with the AF works really nice. But I still feel I have a better grip on the Alibow bow when I have the arrows here. So this is just, I don't know, it's just more natural to me. Yeah, this way not. But if you have them like this here, you know how you shoot, you know how you have your arrows here. It feels safer, more solid, and the grip doesn't change that much with every arrow I take out. With the AF, due to it's a smaller handle, it feels you change a bit more the grip, which I don't like. But I don't shoot this way anyway, so I don't care. This is just for me a nice 30-inch draw bow. And the Alibow is for me a nice 31, but it feels faster. Yeah, so let's sum it up. Both incredible bows. So this one you can have the AF in takedown, but then I'm not sure if it's this length and what the max draw is then. You need to check. It's always for me a little confusing on the website, but you can customize your Tatar and what have you. It's a nice one. Does everything you want. It's 240 I think right now, normally 260. Good price for what you get, and you get colors you have never seen before. Here, $200. You can't beat this price for a bow, this performing, this sturdy. If you start horseback and you think about getting a bow, this is just, for me, the perfect entry. You have this bigger handle with more control, which I like compared to the smaller handle of the AF. The refinements are set, but they are minor. You know, the inlay circle is this whatever shiny material, and it's inside the dark wood. And this one here scratches into the veneers and stuff, so it looks a little more, yeah. One could have made this circle then smaller maybe, but this is how you do it. And it's just white something, and this is the shiny one. For the rest, they're both nice, well made. Stitching. This is actually really nice here, and this is fine too. So they are both fine, have nice handles. They wiggle, wobble, not at all. So with both you have nice control, whatever you do. Even if you do this one or this one. I know they don't hold the bow then, but it's up to you. So this bow does everything you want. For me, the winner is the Sahin, because of the price, because of the grip, because of the nicer smooth draw. Of course, it's a little longer. So when I put the bottoms ears together, you see it's 4 inches, 3 and 4 inches longer than this one. So if you need shorter, take this one. For me, the Sahin just does the job for the price, and I like the color combo. It's now not the shiny lacquer anymore, like here. It's like silky smooth, and you have then this brown, bright brown, and this dark brown. It's just, for me, a nice color combo. Here you have blue, which battles then this dark brown and this bright brown. It's nice too, but at the end I would get the Sahin before I get the Tatar. With the other ones might be different story, but that was now because people ask about this comparison. You see that the handle part in general is way shorter on the AF than on the Alibow. And this is what you feel when you draw the bow. You draw, and here I start feel the handle bending already. So here the handle starts moving, and I'm at 28 inches. Then the handle starts already bending, so it's not that sturdy. Here I have a longer handle and a way more beefy handle. And at 28 I feel nothing, 29 nothing. So handle is sturdy, which I always like more because less distraction here, and for me more, it feels just better. So not a bad bow, but for me Sahin is a win. I know it's just my personal thing, how I shoot and how I feel. I said your mileage may vary. Get both, try them, and then give one away which you don't like, and you're good to go. Thanks to all these companies making these wonderful and accessible bows. You know, I mean, $200, $240 is now a price where you don't even get a riser for an Olympic bow. So we are really blessed to have these companies. They build good performing bows. They have now experience long enough. So these bows last, even my AF bows last. So you need to treat them well. Then I don't have a problem. I only had a problem with these two Super CJ, which I never did a video then for certain reasons. But they changed, they don't sell it anymore. These AF bows are nice. And then see which one you get with shipping to the States and tariffs and what have you, I don't know. They, I guess, have a warehouse in the US, Alibow not, so this might for you be the deciding factor which one you can get your hands on easier. For me, it's no problem, I order directly from China. I have no problem with Chinese companies or products from China. Otherwise, I could not do this video now because this camera is from China, and I would stand barefoot because even my shoes, you see, my shoes are from China. So, but that's me. I have no problem. I think borders exist in minds, but that's me. So, thank you for watching. That's all I have to say. Both nice bows. Have fun shooting. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you in the next one.